up, guys? Lucas here, Blackstone Labs athlete. We're gonna hit shoulders today on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday. This is the second episode to Road to Pro. So I'm gonna be doing a split of different workouts. Each video will be different. We're also gonna be doing a different series of day in the life of what I'll be eating, my current macros, a day in the lives, everything. So this is just Road to Pro episode 2, and today we're hitting shoulders. Let's go. Shoulder press first. See how this feels first here. Then we're gonna be doing a lot of dumbbells, machine supersets as well. I wanna be hitting all the heads of my shoulder and all the delts, front delts, rear delts, medial delts, everything. This is gonna be warm-up set number 1. See how this feels with this machine. Oh, I know what you mean now. It's like a different feel, but it's fine. Not trying to go too deep, just right there. That wasn't too bad. I know what you mean though. The difference in the machine, it kind of goes a little bit off-boarding a little bit, but other than that, no, it feels great. I love the machine so far. It's smooth. So we're gonna increase the weight each set, round 2. So I like doing the shoulder press. Only reason why I like doing the shoulder press in Smith is way more control on my shoulders, so I don't emphasize one side more than the other. I like to tuck my elbows a little bit inward, get a full stretch on my shoulder, a little bit less than 90 degrees when I'm coming down, but that's why we have it in front of a mirror so we can get a better angle and view. But yeah, we're gonna do 4 sets here, then probably get into some side raisers, but we're gonna spam the side raisers today. I love side raisers, and the side lateral raise, rear delts, a face pull variation that I'm gonna show you guys that I love, especially to build your rear delts. It's gonna be sick. And then a lot of supersets. I like doing supersets for shoulders. So a lot of blood flow movements. We'll do some abs and then pose again. So this is gonna be week 2. So different changes we'll be making weekly. I'm not trying to eat like crap, but it is towards the holidays. So my diet's gonna be strict and then 2 cheat meals a week. So we're still going on plan, but right now we're reversing and just cleaning everything out. So yeah, that's all I gotta say right now. Let's go into set 2. Come on. Well, I just fucking spit on the mirror. Whew. Yeah, I'm literally feeling that shit as it is right now. But I'm tingling like a motherfucker right now, dude. I feel it like flowing through. You know, when your eyebrows start getting itchy, that's when you know the beta's hitting. I threw an extra scoop of beta alanine into my dust. Yeah, yeah. If you can see his face right now. Yeah, I threw an extra scoop, so it was around like 5 or 6 grams of beta alanine in there. I know, oh my gosh. But there's a thing, you need that. You need that, so here's why. So when you have beta alanine on top of your pre, not only is it gonna expand your veins to allow more blood flow, but help the absorption of your pre-workout. So it's a weird science, but all you idiots out there that don't know what you're talking about and you just say it feels itchy and it increases endurance, no. You gotta know the science behind it. That's why you feel itchy. Your veins are expanding, allowing more blood flow. It's gonna feel uncomfortable, but best feeling in the world. So let's add some fucking weight. How about that? Let's add some weight. Let's do it. All right, so this is set number 3. We're gonna be working one more set higher than this. This is the third working set, so we're gonna be doing 185. And we're gonna go up from here and then go directly into front shoulder, front raises, presses, supersets. I'm gonna show you guys. Oof. But it's a little weird variation I like to do, especially because it's a calf machine. But you'll thank me later if you try it. Two more. Come on. All right. Oh, feels nice. Today feels nice. I feel nice and carved up. I had 2 bagels before this. So I kind of split up my carbs where I have a little bit of fruit and then I'll have like a protein bagel with like peanut butter, honey, some cinnamon. That's all you need, man. That right before the gym, I feel like I get a good amount of sugars, especially just right before the gym where I'm able to just lift a lot heavier carbs. And then I also use Glycolog. So save 15% off by using code Lucas on Glycolog. If you guys don't know what it is, you take it with any high carb meal before the gym or after the gym. Thank me later. It basically allows your carbs to not be absorbed as fat and stored for I guess more energy, and it gives you more of a pump in the gym as well. So anytime you're gonna have a high carb meal right before the gym, like me, take 3 of them. Thank me later, man. That's all I gotta say. Especially utilizing carbs. You gotta utilize them the right way, not spike your insulins. That's all it is. So now, last set, add an extra 10 on there. It's time to not be a bitch today, man. In the best way possible. No offense to any of you bitches out there. There we go. Whew. See, that's why I love the Smith machine. When you're getting to that failure point, just hook it back. And now we're done. So, all right, so now we're gonna get some dumbbells here. Just gonna grab 20s. We're gonna be supersetting the front delt presses here. These are kind of like a little variation to the Viking press, I would say. And then we're gonna do front raises as a superset. The dumbbells, we'll leave those there. So for here, I would start off with the shoulder a little bit, I'd say shoulder level for how tall you are. And then you would grab from the outside here, and then it mimics a front press, and you just go straight up. Slow and controlled, squeeze at the top. Slow negative and explode power. All right. Now, for these, I like to basically, some people like to do double arm. I just go more isolated single arm just for more of a squeeze at the top. So I'll go single up here and I'll stop as soon as it gets to the top of my chest. That's why it's good to do it in front of a mirror so you have a better angle of it. That'll be set 1 of 3. So I would be doing 4 sets each, but since it's a superset, it's not really meant to be that extensive, I'd say. We have a lot of stuff to do, so I basically like to isolate the front, the sides, and the rear delts a little bit. So the basic 4 sets that I'm gonna be doing is if we're hitting a direct muscle group like, or I'd say workout like the Smith machine, or if we do face pulls or anything like that, we'll do 4 sets. But a superset, 3 for me is the perfect amount. So yeah, and let's increase the weight up here. All right, bet. So this is second set here. We're increasing the weight only for the presses. So it's gonna be more of a volumizer for the front raises, and then more of an increase of the weight for the presses, just to get a little bit more of a dense feeling. So go here. Rep range is still 12 to 15 for these. Here. Come on. All right. Set 2 complete. Whew, I gotta get these caps bigger, man. That's the only thing I really want my physique to change, just have more of like built-in shoulder pads, I'd say. Some built-in shuts right onto the shoulder. Like Chris. If I could walk around looking like my coach Chris, bro, I wouldn't even have to try, bro. Man's off season is literally 3% body fat. He's stepping on stage this weekend at 1.4% body fat. Like, I wish. That's the level of the game though, man. Holy heck. But we're working there. We'll get it. All right, third set here. Let's blast this shit up. So we raised the weight, we raised it 2 instead of 1 now. So it's gonna be more of a little bit of a challenge, but at the end of the day, so we're here. Persevere, grow, not be a bitch. Wow, okay. Underestimated that, but at the same time, I love it. Let's finish these off. And last one, come on. All right. Whew. That felt nice. Now, let's get into some lateral raises. And we'll do it starting off with the cables first. I like doing them with the cables just to get more of a squeeze. Let me grab these actual grips here. So I'm gonna start off with cables. Then I'm gonna work my way to the side lateral raises machine over there with the actual side presses machine. We're gonna superset that, but for now, we're gonna mainly just do these side lateral raises with the ropes, just to get a little bit more of an emphasis. If I can get this off. All right, so we're gonna start off here, side lateral raises. I'm gonna hold it more in front of me, make sure that my shoulders are level with, and come up and hold. So not overly doing it, but we're gonna come up and slowly hold, go down with the negative. This is more for blood flow, so we're gonna go a little bit lighter than usual because we're about to go heavy on the machines. So I usually go for about 10 to 12, just depends on the holds and everything, but making sure that you're staying shoulders leveled and squeezing at the top as much as you can. One more. Ooh. All right. Switch sides like this. Some people like to lean and do all this shit behind their back. If you want to look fancy, do it, you know. For me, I just like to stay shoulder leveled, and as long as I get the squeeze, I'm gonna do it the way I like. But everybody's different, you know. Some people always like to try to correct your form, but I always tell everybody the same thing. You know your body, you know your range of motion. As long as you feel comfortable doing the exercise and you do it correctly with the right form, it's all that matters. But don't do it just based upon somebody else just telling you, hey, do this, do that. No. That's what I always learned. And it's not even an ego thing, it's just more about how understanding your body. Okay. Whew. First set done. I really like the type of like squeeze it gets me holding it at the top, because when I feel like I'm here, I just feel like I just get the most blood flow in the side delts. So when I pose, it gives me like a grittier look. But next year, I do want to be able to just hit this front pose here and just stay here. So having the lats coming out from the front and my shoulders to be big, that's what the main goal is, because I can come out and do this any day. And I love doing this pose. But if I'm here, it's more aesthetically pleasing. And then it's just, for me, you could see more of the gritty striations in the shoulders. And when I'm stepping on stage again, I'm gonna look way bigger and way drier. So I know all it takes is some practice, but that's all it is, man. Repetition, repetition, repetition. All right, let's go into the next set. Go. All right, it's gonna be second set here. We're not gonna increase the weight. Like I said, we're just going for volume right now. So I'm gonna come up here, do the same thing. Good squeezes at the top, nice holds, improved blood flow. More. Whew. All right. And no, there's no music in the background today, so we don't get copyright. Thanks, YouTube. We got it figured out, though. We broke the algorithm. All right. Ooh, yeah, that makes your shoulder twitch a little bit, not gonna lie. Especially after doing all those presses, it feels like a little bit more of like tension there, but when we finish off the side presses with the front presses, also with the rear delts, my rear delt superset is killer, so it's gonna attack all sides of the shoulder, make them nice and shoulder capped. You know, like I said, we're trying to build some shoulder pads here, bro. Trying to put on some shuts, some nice little 90s shoulder pads, you know, the ones that stick up all the way up here. Can't even fit in the jersey. I need them. I need them, man. Whew. All right, one more set, and then we'll get the rest going. And we can pause there. We're gonna move on to those fucking heavy hitters, suck at side raises. Let's fucking get this shit, man. Trying to build these big ass shoulders, man. I'm just trying to be a swole little Peruvian lad. That's all it is. Oh. Ooh. And then when I'm probably gonna start filming the day in the lives, work days, training days, what I eat, the new pup, everything, man. All I got to do now is just stay disciplined with the uploads. That's all it is. And I need to buy a $5,000 camera. Absolutely. Hey, man, I'm going to have to go broke and take out a loan. Nah, tax write-off. Okay. All right. That's enough there. Let's go hit some side raises on this machine. Oh, man. I already feel everything just still pumped, bro. Like, I feel like my shoulders, like, they're about to explode. So, I definitely love hitting these type of side machines, side lateral raises, just due to the fact that you can literally do a bunch of different variations of it. So you can either hold on to the latches here and the grips and then go all the way up. But for people that have longer arms, I would say not to do that and just hold it and just use your arms only with lighter weight. Don't go too heavy. And then I've even seen some people do some crazy shit where they do some like weird rear delt variation of that. I think it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. But, you know, I've seen some pros do it, so I'm like, hey, you know what? Let me try it. But sorry, we're not doing that shit. For me, I keep it simple. Make sure that you're leveled in your seat. Make sure that the pads aren't too low or too high up on your arm, where it's on your forearm and on the crease of your bicep and tricep, so it just comes smooth up. And you're not gonna go too high, but just stay up shoulder width. So now this is where we're gonna go 4 sets. But when we're here, the squeezes at the top is what really matters. So it's really not about the weight. But when it's controlled, you can have more weight, so it's easier. That is the perfect way to hit that, in my opinion. I feel like just getting the good squeezes like here, you stop here, you feel the burn in your shoulders and you push past that a little bit. It's the best type of feeling. And this machine here is probably one of my favorites, like I said, just for the side lateral raises. You know, you can do your dumbbells, you can do everything like that, but it's just basically for volume. So density is just putting on the shoulder presses and all the free weights. And then for my volume, I love to throw this in here. Only once a week though. On my second shoulder days, it's more only for volume and just getting enough blood flow. But this is a heavier day, so I definitely want to incorporate these just for a little bit more blood flow, strength, and a little size. So that's it. So we'll increase the weight, but we'll go on to set 2 in a second. All right, so this is gonna be second set here. We're gonna be doing another set of basically kind of holds at the top, go a little bit slow on the negatives, and then we're going to be moving on to the last thing, which I will be doing a variation of this shoulder press motion here, and probably some upright rows and rear delts to finish off. Rear delts is my favorite just because it was one of my weak points, probably before last year. Before I started training with Chris, it was a big lack of mine in my back. There just wasn't enough detail and my rear delts just weren't ever popping. So the workouts that I specifically do for my rear delts is what has helped me grow them. So everybody's different, like I always mention. So if these workouts aren't for you, they're not for you. But I'm just here showing you what I do to help myself grow and maybe give you guys future tips to help you guys grow your physique as well. So take notes of whatever you like, you know. I do this, like I said, for my type of growth, but take it how you want. Let's get into this set. Here again, shoulders back, keeping it up. 16. We'll increase the weight so I don't forget. Whew. There's nothing like getting that motion of holding I'd say holding your top of the set for your shoulders, for me, is the best feeling, because not only do you feel it, but you feel the blood flow. So when you're going down slowly on a negative and you're done, you feel your shoulder getting ready to rip out the socket. So it's the best feeling there. That's how you know you're getting a good pump. You know, like if you're going through one of these motions and you're just continuously going through it, and you don't feel pumped up maybe for like a quick second or so, you're not working hard enough. Make sure you get more endurance in it. Push past the burn. When you are burning, that is not your sign to stop. That is your sign to continuously push for overload growth, and at the same time, the more muscle fibers you tear, the more you're gonna recover and grow. So that's kind of the science behind it. So you guys need to take some notes, man. Take some notes and do some research. The last set here, then we're gonna transfer over here and just do kind of like a superset finisher with these, and then do some rear delts, and then get the heck on out of here. Oh, all right, let's go. Whew, that was killer. Holy, increasing the weight there, I'm starting to see some stars, bro. Not just playing. But just to scoot over here, just gonna start off with a little superset just to keep the intensity high. Start off at 70. So for this machine, I really like the grips that it has. So you have your front presses here and your sides, but here, the sides, when you're here starting, this machine specifically allows you to tuck your elbows, so you're already in that position to target your shoulder. So when you're already here, you feel your shoulders already contracting in a way that you're gonna have a good press. So weight is not everything here. We are specifically going for the pump, but it's good to have moderate weight just to keep burning it out. This machine sounds like it's gonna fart its way out of here, so just a heads up. Yeah, so the fart machine, we're only gonna do 10 reps here. We're gonna do 3 sets of 10, just allow the last little bit of the blood flow before we do some rear delts. But yeah, don't worry, you guys won't be able to hear any of the farts. We're gonna edit it, chop it up. So it's not me, it's the machine, I swear. All right, so we're gonna be doing some rear delts here. So I like using this specific machine because when I sit across here, it's not your normal variation where your chest is touching the pad. I start off from the side here because I'm already stretching my rear delt. So when I come across here and I stop, it's giving me the best range of motion. So I stop here, it's a stretch, you're already at a stretch. Again, this is not for heavy weight, it's more for a contraction, building the rear delts. This is for blood flow. This is just what I do, and I really like isolating, and instead of double, you get to really target your rear delt, get the most maximum output from your lift. All right, switch on over. And now some people even like to start off with their chest here and then doing it, but I see no need for that. If I'm already starting here from the side, I'm already starting at an angle where I already know I'm gonna be contracted. So it just ends up working out perfectly for me here like this. Nice and controlled. That is set number 1. So the next variation of the rear delts that we're gonna be doing is utilizing the face pulls, but a different variation. So the grips that I like to use is gonna be for the V-bar, for the back, but we like to use it reverse. We'll grab it inwards and pull back. So it's a face pull variation without having to go too wide, and it's targeting specifically your rhomboids, your rear delts, and your traps. So that's the emphasis in the back that's gonna basically round everything together and not just specifically hit one muscle group, but we'll get into that as I show you. Oh, fuck. And going straight to work. Yeah, no. I just meant like, I literally like, will go from one job, get out of one job, go to the next job, and then be my content job, working all around while trying to maintain prep. So it's the life of a new content creator, you know? Still finding the balance and everything like that throughout the day, but slowly but surely, we're getting it. I wanna make this my full-time job, so especially starting now where you guys can see this base of where I'm growing from to when I turn pro and when I start competing pro. So the best time to start is now. And you guys saw that with the Ruby vlog. Wasn't the best quality just because we recorded with iPhones, you know what I mean? So it wasn't as professional as now, but we have some plans cooking. So next time we step on stage, we'll have a professional videographer going through every step of the way with me. So it's gonna be a fantastic time. And let's get into this next set here. Fire. Whew. All right, let's get this other side. Two more, come on. Come on. Whew. All right. Holy, one more set, then finish off with those face pulls, but man, my shoulders feel pumped, brother. Pumped. And then looking at these guys up here, it makes me want to look like them, bro. Seeing these legends up there. Then again, I'm a physique guy, so I'll never look like that. But one can dream, right? One can dream. We'll see. I just want to be able to wipe my own ass, man. So I don't know, bro. So being that big as it is, I don't know if I could even, you know, I get my girl to scratch my back, bro. I can't even touch my back as it is. So just imagine being that size. Could, bro. If I didn't have the dog and everything now, nah, man, I'd be in here going crazy. But struggles of a pup dad now. But there is nothing like going home and seeing his little face light up when he sees me. That boy knows when he sees dad, it's game over. One more. Whew, man, feel that shit crazy. Going through. Last set here. All right. Whew. That was killer. Let me show you guys this variation that I like to hit. This is gonna be the last thing we're gonna be doing specifically for rear delts, and then we'll hit some abs. So let me move this out the way actually for you. All right, so this is the last workout that we're gonna be doing for shoulders. The finisher that I like to do is usually a superset, but we don't have that specific, I'd say, machine for it that I normally do at my gym. So what I created here is the perfect, I'd say, rear delt motion like I mentioned previously, which we're gonna be using the V-bar grip like this. So a lot of people, I mean, normally when you see this, you think you're gonna be doing some rows. But what I like to do is I'll stand here, I'll come back, and I'll pull. And when I pull enough where it hits everything, my rear delts, my rhomboids, my traps, everything. So I feel it there the most. And I go a little heavier because you're kind of utilizing your back too. So you get to row and get a good squeezed emphasis on your rear delts. So we're gonna be doing 3 sets here. Holding it at the top. There we go. So that variation there for me is a little bit better than just using any type of face pulls with any cable. Just because I feel like when you're using a rope or you're using any type of grips, your grip goes a little bit too wide in the sense of the ropes and the detachment from it. So you kind of end up here. And for me, that's more of like a row. When I keep my elbows up and I'm flaring like this, I get more of a contraction in my rear delt and my trap, and then everything just seems to pop more. So, like I said, I know what it takes for me to grow, and this is what I like to do. But if you want to grow your traps, your rear delts, everything combined in one, try out this variation. It doesn't have to be here on the actual row cable. You can put it up on any of these cables and have it standing up, and obviously just make sure that it's shoulder level so you're not coming too down or too up or too down like this where you're hitting your back. You want it to be up to your chin, pull it directly to your face. And you'll thank me later in the comments, 100%. So we'll start off with here. We got 2 more sets, and then we'll do some hanging leg raises for the abs and be done. Let's get it. This is gonna be the second set. Increase the weight a little bit just to get more of an emphasis. And the last 2 sets will increase, and then we're gonna go right into some abs. And yeah, so we'll show you this nice little variation. I really do hope that you guys try this at home, at the gym. You're not gonna look stupid, you know. Once you figure out your own little methods, don't be afraid to try them out. Remember, everybody's at the gym to get better, so no one's ever gonna be judging you, no matter how stupid you look. That's fire. One more set there. Do some abs, some pose downs. Show you guys another next 1 week from the previous workout that we had done. So that was arms. And so we'll do weekly posing, weekly check-ins so you guys can see the adjustments from video to video. It could be minor, it could be no change at all, but just seeing the documentation process of this whole thing so you guys can see my raw, unfiltered, day 1 type of training before we even get on the protocol and the diet, everything January. So this is kind of like a sneak peek of what we're gonna be doing for next year. So I'm very excited. So if you guys see no changes, some changes, whatever you guys think, just let me know in the comments. And at the same time, drop a like on the video because it really does help. I appreciate it because I'm a new and upcoming, YouTuber. So any like, any view helps, and I appreciate it. So let's get into this last set here, finish off abs, and show you guys what we're working with. This is gonna be the last set that we're gonna be doing before we get into some ab hanging leg raisers. So, chest up high. Last one. Nice little hold. Making sure your elbows are flared up and bringing it to your face. All right. Whew. And that concludes our shoulder workout. I feel very, very, very pumped in the shoulders for sure. Now I just want to basically, every time I'm done working out, I either do some hanging leg raisers or an ab crunch machine just so I maintain the structure there. Even though we're on off season, I know you're going to end up losing some of your abs. But for me, I'm just trying to maintain them as best as I can before we even get into anything like that. Just because I know I'm eating great, but not the best. Shout out Ben & Jerry's. So what I have been doing is having my 2 cheat meals, maybe 3 tubs of ice cream a week. Yeah, so I'll be adding that in, but I'm still maintaining the leanness because I'll be doing cardio daily. I'm supposed to be doing 25 minutes of cardio a day, but I do 30 because I know I'm just a fat bitch right now. So I'm trying to do 30 minutes a day, stairs, incline treadmill, anything like that. So my coach stays happy, I stay happy, and we keep our 6-pack. So let's do it. I'm gonna be just this. We can do sets of 10, but you just straight up. And the trick to maintaining a good hanging leg raiser is to keep constant tension on the abs. So don't go all the way down and then just unrest. Keep that tension down so it stretches your lower abs. So on top of that, you don't have a little gut. So for me, the lower abs was a pain in the ass to get rid of last year. That's just because of a lot of tissue there. So a lot of fat and tissue, water weight. Once we brought that down, a lot of cavitation, lymphatic drainage, and then doing a lot of abs, waist trainer shrinks it all up. So just a few little tips. And if you don't have a waist trainer, I know I don't have mine on right now, but I know for a fact Squeeze Me Skinny is the best waist trainer there is. If not, just get a Sweet Sweat. But yeah, definitely get a Squeeze Me Skinny, especially if you're trying to have a good V-taper. That's why I use that, and my waist was a 23.4 on stage, and my board shorts are a 26. So if that tells you something, you know, I would say hit them up. Tell them I sent you. All right. Do like 1 or 2 more sets of that. So for now, usually I do 100 reps minimum of abs, but for the video, we like to condense it just so I show you what I'm doing for abs. I still have another round of cardio, abs, sauna to do. So this is just a workout version of it. Another day, when I take you with me, I will be taking you through a whole day of my life of me going to work, gym, cardio, sauna, everything that way. So you guys will get to see how hectic a day of my life is, and just being able to do what I do. And I really just love doing this content thing. I feel like I'm at home here, you know, doing what I love to do, recording anytime I want, and at the same time just having the right people around me to help me build. So just really appreciative of that, you know, because some people, they have to bust their ass to get to a position that I'm in, and luckily so, I just had a great team this whole year. So right now it's December. We started January off really, really rough. the beginning of the year was really, really rough for me mentally. And we overturned it, man. We went from literally having nothing to having everything now. So I can only thank God and my team around me, so I really appreciate that. And I gotta thank Blackstone Labs too for allowing me to be here, training at my own private gym anytime I want. Shout out to PJ, shout out to Chris. You guys are the man and men, I'd say, because without you guys, I'd be nothing. So just being able to come here, get my content in, shoot at a great gym, there's nothing better, man. I love it. So thank you boys again. And we'll continue to put on. Let's do this last set here, and then we'll pose, get her done. All right. Well, that is it with that. For now, that's how the workout's gonna end. Just basically finishing off on those leg raisers for the abs. And now we'll just do a little bit of posing again, just to make sure that everything goes smooth, looking at my transitions, looking at my physique, seeing anything minor, major I could change. So any feedback that I get, I'm gonna always take it to the heart in the best way possible, negative or positive, because that's how you're gonna build in the sport. So you guys can tell me, you look like shit, you need to build this, this, and that. And I'll say, sir, yes, sir, I'm on it, you know? So, but let's hit some poses, and then let's get on out of here. All right, so we're done with the workout. Let's go over a nice little few poses here, see what we're cooking with right now. I haven't weighed myself since post-show, so I stepped on stage at 160. For now, I have no idea what we're weighing, but the next time we will have an idea. You actually back up a little bit like here. I feel like I'm still holding a little bit of dryness. Ooh, I feel like I cracked my back a little bit. But definitely feel like I still maintaining size and keeping the abs, which is good. But like I said, I just got to work on just building the chest, the fullness in the chest, shoulders, and my back a little bit. I know you can see the lats and everything from here. But yes, I know that's the feedback that I got and I received. So I'm just going to keep working on it from there. So let me just hit one of these. Yeah, that's money. I just have to literally just keep practicing. But other than that, for an off season workout, pretty good so far. It's going to be a month post-show. So maintaining this for a month is not really too bad. You know, I still have abs, still have striations. So nothing too, like, there's not a worry in my mind about the base that we already have and we're building off of. Because come January, when my coach is done with everything that he's doing, competing, and he's going for his pro card this weekend actually. So, you know, wishing him the best there. But when we get back, he already told me, get the barf bag ready, get whatever you need to do mentally because it's gonna be go time. So we gotta be absolutely ready to bring the heat and dominate. So we're gonna be aiming to do nationals in July. So there's 2 shows in July that we're probably aiming for nationals. I don't know if we're gonna be doing a warm-up show. My coach doesn't want me to, but if we end up doing one, I will obviously let you guys know. We'll do a nice little road to it as well, a nice vlog for it. I know it's gonna be a sick time if I step on a regional stage again, But yeah, so that's just the aiming for is just nationals right now. So I'm not really worried about any regionals because I've already qualified and I've won. So it's just mainly trying to build as much as I can. So that's the goal right now. But we're just wrapping up shoulders now, and I appreciate everybody watching to the end. Drop a like, drop a comment, drop a subscription. I really appreciate you guys. Now we're gonna probably have some protein, eat some food, and be a fat ass. Have a great day, guys. Thank you.